Got it. Okay. All right.
Well, hello, Mr. Allen. Thank you for joining us today. It is my pleasure to be the interviewer for today. And I am a trust officer at First Citizens Bank. And we are very excited for you to be interviewing for this role. We've been looking at your work for quite some time. Your resume was very encouraging. And we're just want to get to know you. So my first question is, who are you, Mark Allen?
Well, first off, I'd like to start by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview for this role. And who am I? I would say I'm a hard worker from Gastonia, North Carolina. I went to Campbell University. I participated in many extracurricular activities. I was in the marching band. I did intramural sports. I did pep band. I was in wind ensemble for band. I was in the business scholars, just to name a few of the things I've done. And I would say that I've been a very hard worker for my entire life, and I'm excited to finally get out of school and go into the workforce.
So you mentioned you were in the marching band. How do you think that how do you think that encouraged your sense of community and your ability to like harmonize with others and just work together?
So marching band is a very team-based activity. You don't go out there and then only one person has to participate in march. So I feel like that really built my sense of community. We held each other accountable for a lot of different things, such as grades and attendance. With grades, we had a study hall that we are mandatory to go to, and that really kind of filled us with a sense of community because we wanted to make sure that everybody was succeeding in the classroom as well as being a part of marching band. And community wise, we all kind of that was basically our version of our sport, right? So as the saying goes, your only friends in college are the people who are in your sports team, right? So we kind of built our own little community on campus, being marching band, pep band, wind ensemble, and so forth. Uh, but that didn't limit me from making friends in the business school either, because I was also a member of the business scholars. But it really just put into perspective that I had a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different skill sets that matched with marching band. So
Hmm. See, that was a very great answer. As a Campbell grad myself, I got to see the marching band from an outside view, and it's just interesting to see what you had to say about it and how you build community with your bandmates. So next question would be, what motivates you? Why do you get out of bed? Why do you do what you do?
so I would say that I'm motivated by my future. I ever since being in college, I have kind of thought of how can I get ahead? How can I put myself in the best spot possible? So I always think of it as where am I going in the future and how can I get there? And that's what motivates me to get out of bed because I really want to be a trust administrator or an estate planning lawyer.
Hmm.
So in order for me to do that, I need to have a high level of motivation for not just my future, but also for the job that I want to do. So once I get out of school, I'm hoping that I can either go to law school or go straight into the workforce and really give my all to the job and try to get promoted and give myself the best opportunities to succeed.
Well, Mark, it seems like you're a highly motivated individual, and that is what we're looking for in this company, somebody who's going to take initiative and really step up to the plate. And it seems like in college you had a lot on your plate. You were in band, you were in business fellows. So can you name an instance of where you had to use good time management and how you balanced everything with people around you?
I would say that there was one in particular week that really stood out to me. I had three different tests. I had marching band practice at night, and I also had three different interviews that week. So I had to go through, and what I did is I kind of scheduled everything out and when I was going to do it, how I was going to do it, and how long it should take me to do it. I'm very what helps me is I make a list of everything that I need to do, and if I cross out anything on that list, then that means I'm done with it, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, for example, with the three interviews, the first two were on the same day, so I just struck those off the list, and I didn't have to worry about them anymore.
Hmm.
What's done is done. And then I really had to put the pedal to the metal to try to make sure that everything worked. And I would say too that not just in like marching band and all that have I demonstrated time management skills. I also had a job this past summer, and I also took a summer class to try to put myself ahead of everybody else. And that really showed me that I really do have time management skills. I would work with my employer to make sure that I had ample time to go home and do all my homework, as well as make some money over the summer to ensure that I have enough money for school. So I would say time management is one of my greatest skills. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you worked as a server this past summer, and and as a server, you have to deal with a lot of people, a lot of, whether they be good or bad customers. How would you say that has molded your view of your future clients? Like, can you use the skills that you learned as a server to better communicate, better work with your future clients?
One thing that I would say is that it was a country club restaurant. So a lot of people would be coming in after a frustrating round of golf, and they would take it out on their servers, right? Because of course they would. um, and it kind of really put into perspective of the type of clients that I will be working with in the future, being a trust officer and also having to tell my clients no at certain points. It really helped me in the server position to kind of just talk to them and get their understanding of why they need certain things done.
Mhm.
Um, for example, I was given a table, and she all but cussed me out and uh, basically told me that my serving skills were not up to par. Uh,
Mm.
later on, I learned that she had a terrible round of golf, and that this is a normal thing for her. So I kind of didn't let it get to me too bad, but obviously I did use I used some of my skills that I have learned to kind of de-escalate the situation. And she even gave my boss a compliment for me on the way out of the door. So
Nice.
I thought that was a really good example of something that I could do with everyday clients.
Well, Mark, what you just displayed there is you displayed that whether somebody's rude to you or mean to you, you're not going to lose your cool. You're always going to do your work, always put your best effort forward, whether they're just rude customers who are going to swear you out every time. And that means a lot to me because it shows you have some good morals and good work ethic. So I also want to ask, other than band, other than working as a server, what thing outside of work has contributed to your skill set? Something that can translate to the business world.
So going back to my high school days, I was a member of a nonprofit called Kings Mountain Elite. It was a nonprofit for underprivileged youth to try to get into sports and also trying to improve their academics. I was there after COVID shut down a lot of elementary schools, and I would help tutor all these kids to try to get them to catch up to where they ought to be if COVID didn't happen. So I was a tutor, and I helped with catching them up and basically just giving them an overall sense of accomplishment.
Hmm.
So I'd give them rewards like after we would complete all their homework, and if they had any more questions, then we would go outside and throw football for like an hour, or we would work with some sort of arts and crafts or just overall have the best experience and try to get them into like a good mood to do their work and then go outside and have a good time afterwards. Um, I would say that would contribute to the workforce because it really shows my customer service skills. Um, because a lot of those kids, they didn't really have a whole lot and they were trying, and whenever they don't have a whole lot, they really don't want to do their homework. They don't want to do really much of anything. So it was a real challenge trying to get a lot of those kids to try to sit down and do their work and understand what was going on. Uh, because they had just been getting out of school and they really were done with school for the rest of the day. But it was my job to kind of sit them down and get them to where they needed to be. So I would say customer service there was really one of my big strengths.
Walmart, throughout this whole interview, I've just seen that you are very good with people, and no matter their social status, where they come from, you're willing to help them. And that really just demonstrates a lot to me. And I would just like to take this time if you have any questions for me before we wrap it up.
So I just have one big question. What would my like everyday work schedule look like? Would I be with different departments? Would I be in the single department? Would I be working with a team? Like how would I be fitting into the whole First Citizens uh whole community?
Well, of course. So at First Citizens, we have a very tight-knit uh, work group. And at First Citizens, starting out, you would probably be working with the lower level, like financial planners, just getting the basics down, like how to review financial statements, stuff like that. And then you'll start making your way up to like such things as like philanthropy, getting to that trust side of things. And you'll probably end up as a trust officer. You said you might want to do pre-law, so we'll definitely have needs for lawyers in that sense. As your everyday, it's your classic 9 to 5, but we do kind of expect you to put in a little work outside of the business hours. We love a highly motivated man, and we're always looking forward to those who put the extra effort, and that will get you a maybe a future promotion if you work a little extra. So once again, thank you for coming out today, Mark. It's been an enlightening experience, and we will be emailing you with the response soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.